January began with a bang, as it always does here in the Netherlands. And then the world got really quiet. And I had a couple of weeks of snow. And the contrast was marked. And it mirrored my internal search, because I went searching for loud, boiling rage to have a space to come out. And what I actually found was soft explosions of joy. I haven't really done much short form video consumption, which feels a lot better, actually. You know, the randoms, the infinite scroll that I get caught in. I still do it, but less often. Much, much, much less often now, actually. And I think part of that is deliberately creating my own vlog and planning the stories I want to tell and working out how I want to tell them and pouring my energy into that. And so that's no bad thing, right? To get caught up in the creation process of something that I feel passionate about, or some, these stories that I really, really want to tell. And January has started beautifully. It's perfect. There's snow everywhere. And the topic that I want to dive into and explore for myself is stillness. More specifically, my fear of being still. And there are different doors that I'll go into through the month. But the patriarchal framework around productivity, fertility, staying young, being and that being wrapped up in how a woman is worthy has been playing on my mind a little bit. But it's Saturday. We've been out in the snow, grocery shopping for chocolate because that's important. And I do plan to make a lemon meringue pie today, but I haven't started yet. Because tea and just snuggling in and staying in the moment and watching the snowfall. And I'm so disappointed I can't see out my studio window and watch the snowfall because it's a slanted window, and so it banks up with snow, which, in and of itself is beautiful to look through, and it kind of puts this amazing soft filter on the light coming in. But it really is a stay in the moment kind of day, because the snow disappears so quickly if I don't pay attention to it. I look around and it's gone. And I missed it. I missed all that wonder and beauty. So I'm not doing that. I came into January with the intention to contemplate stillness. My expectation was that the reason I wouldn't let myself slow down was tied to the patriarchal requirement for me to be fertile, be productive, and anything that wasn't that is not what was expected of me and invalidated, in fact, my existence. Because I have done so much work inside unpicking those knots of patriarchal wounding, especially with language and societal expectations, and how that ties into this obsession that Western society especially has with looking young, staying young. Anything past a certain date is irrelevant, is no longer desirable or attractive, or, all the things. And so because I've spent like almost a decade in that space of unpicking those knots, that's what I thought I would find if I slowed down into stillness and just let myself be. I thought all of this rage, this deep rage, would bubble up, forgetting the fact that I have spent like a decade deliberately unpicking these knots. And what I found unexpectedly was joy, waiting really quite cheekily and patiently, this beautiful space of utter joy with a little grain of shame right at the center. And all of this joy lighting up this shame that no longer felt shameful. It just felt ready to be seen. And so it was this seed of shame was it's not a seed actually, it's like this amalgamation of shames that I've stored in myself over a lifetime, maybe. Just ready to be seen and loved. And it was joy that got me there. And perhaps it's because I've done all of this other work, unpicking the anger that I still expected to find. And it took me a while sitting in the stillness to understand that what I was looking for simply wasn't there. I haven't made lasagna for years, and I just wanted to chop the veggies and brown the meat and put in, the nutmeg and the bay leaves and all the flavors and stir it around. And I was standing here stirring this great big pot of deliciousness. And I'm going to put the lid on and let it simmer away. But this is just ticking all my boxes for slowing down, cooking things that take time to prepare, time to cook, time to sit after the cooking, that reheat even better the next day, the kind of things I'm talking about, that go with the ice and snow outside, despite me looking like I'm dressed for summer. Still got my squishy socks on. And so I just wanted to share this moment with you because I feel so bloody good. Interesting. I thought that this contemplation of fear of stillness would take me down a path toward my constantly simmering rage at the patriarchal system that I live inside of, and how that, devalues stillness, non-productivity, and wants to keep women, at 17, fertile. And I've kind of gone into that menopause tunnel, as evidenced by the fact that I've got to strip off every time I'm cooking dinner. But it's not. It's taken me down a much more joyous path, and I am pleasantly surprised. So we'll see how that continues. If it's just where I'm supposed to be looking right now, toward the things that feel good rather than the things that feel bad. Because if I am superimposing an imagined shadow that I think should be there because I've spent so long deconstructing this internalized patriarchal structure inside myself. You know, if I'm trying to go there rather than turning towards the joy, which is ease and pleasure and feels good and is easy to do, is coming easily. Why should I fight that? Like, am I still in this mind of needing to earn my ease, my sense of ease? Maybe I'll revisit my journaling from last month and have that. Okay, I just felt a little trill through my energy system inside my physical body, and that means I'm onto something. So let's keep just finding the joy. Let's do that. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Check it out.
Ooh, that looks good. That looks so good.
Wish I had smell-o-vision. Layers, actual layers. Oh my word, there's a blizzard happening, and I only just noticed because the windows on my studio are slanted, and so they get covered by snowflakes. But it's so quiet when it's raining. You know it's raining because the raindrops hit the window. But like, here you are. When it's snowing, it's silent. It's very, very quiet. So I'll come down to make a cup of tea, snaffle a cookie, and realize that it's snowing. I'm going to show you the back as well. Here it is. Oh my goodness. This could just be my job, right? Sitting and watching the different kinds of snowfalls. Like, it's seriously, I know you can't see it but like up here in this area, it's like, it's like someone like literally blowing snowflakes into the air. Like, oh, I guess she is, isn't she? She is blowing snowflakes into the air. Well done, Mother Nature. I am very impressed. I don't feel very well today. My ears clogged up, a bit wonky, throwing me off balance. I did meditate this morning, but I was very busy, and it took a while to sort of slip beneath all that busyness. And by the time we went out to just do a few chores, by the time I got back, like I had to sit in the car most of the time because my unwellness kind of took over. And so Pix did the rest of the shopping by itself. And by the time I got home, I was in such a state that the voice in my head was going off. So telling me I'm useless, not good for anything. Nobody likes you. They don't actually want you around. You're a pain in the ass. Because I wasn't the one doing the things for my person. Because I was just not able to be happy and carefree, and I was feeling just like a total burden. And so this is why it's hard to be still. Because I've been taught that I have to support, I have to do the things to earn my place, to exist. And there's also an element of trust that comes in. I don't trust other people to take care of themselves. And I was just sitting here and thinking, how hurt must my pics be for me to sit here and say, oh, in my head, this is what I'm thinking, like you're thinking about me, when of course she's not. How, and so then that gives my ego a whole other channel to go down, to pull me down into, well, you're not worthy, you're not a good partner. So today's a really hard day, and I just wanted to come on and remind myself that this will pass, this will not remain, and it's a fantasy. You're telling yourself lies. They're just not true. You just don't feel very well. And that's okay. Because the way you love the people around you is the way the people around you love you. And it's just a little bit hard for me to remember that right now.
Settle down, love. Don't be so restless. Only you have the power to get through this, and you know the truth. Come again, dear. No need to look so scared. I can tell you there's been some good improvements. So sail away and never touch the surface.
Hey, it's Thursday. It's been a while since I came on and gave you a little update. I feel like I'm updating you all the time. And I am inside Patreon. But I don't know how much makes it through to the vlog. So I need to try and make this, I don't know. Do I though? If I just continue to let things develop and grow organically the way I always have done my whole life, whenever anything beautiful, wonderful has happened, it's been unexpected, almost entirely unplanned, entirely organic and intuitive. And that's what makes it fun, I guess. So maybe just stop overthinking. So there was this thread pulled through from last month's contemplation of coziness, and me discovering that I had to earn the right to just exist and be kind of the same, but maybe on a different, another layer of that, where I hadn't suffered enough to feel joy. We can't ever do that, of course. We can't ever suffer enough to fix the thing that we're suffering about, or to relieve the thing that we're suffering about. We just can't. What we can do is lighten our energy, bring light into our energy, literally bring light into our energetic system, which then allows us to process the heavier, the denser emotions and feelings and places in us more effectively. The goal is always to let go, right? To heal and release what no longer serves us, so we can find a place of joy and have fulfilling lives where we enjoy the things we do. We have a creative life. We make our art. We play our music, we tell our stories, we love everyone. That's the goal, right? And yet, I was looking at myself, resisting moving into that space because I didn't think I'd suffered enough yet to have earned the right to be there. Our greatest fear. This is from Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of Goddess. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of Goddess that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Now, I did a little edit there, changing God to Goddess, because that poem appeared in Marianne's book on A Course in Miracles. And I don't know if you know or not, but I translated A Course in Miracles into a feminine lexicon, changing all of the words, typing every single one. And I have the textbook and the student workbook, actually. And so if you are looking for scripture, spiritual text that centers you as a woman in the text, every single page, and you don't have to fight or do an inner translation from patriarchal language into something that feels better for you. You don't have to fight through that. It's here. And it's pretty freaking awesome. Anyway, so that was another thread that pulled through and connected all of this. That poem, the fact that it's in her book when she was really diving into A Course in Miracles, and that connects with me in such a deep and intimate way. That's been a work of, like, that was most of a decade of work doing those translations, and it's still ongoing. So I did my bare lines drawing, my bare lines sketching, which is always a permission to be imperfect and to find beauty in the imperfection of the flow of life. It's this open invitation for that. And she had just this little cheeky spark of joy about her, which I didn't see. Like, I'm looking at the sketch, I didn't see that until after I had done the art journaling. Well, is that true? I certainly didn't see the joy, the cheeky joy in the sketch until after I'd realised that I was feeling joyful, because I kept looking for this anger and it just wasn't there. And the unexpectedness of joy showing up the joy didn't register. It was like this patient side eye from Goddess going, oh, it's okay, I'll just wait. I'll just wait for you to see me. I have the time. And then I started doing the art journaling, with my blank page, the way I always do, not knowing what's going to happen. And that, I've realised, is what the difference is between my art journaling and my fine art. I have no plan apart from this is the thing I'm contemplating right now, or this is the thing I want to go deeper into, the why of something that I want to heal. And then the art journaling shows me the answers. And the answer was just joy, joy, joy all over the place, explosions of light. And then I got to about the middle of the spread, and I suddenly I was afraid to go further because I thought that I would mess it up because it was quite pretty. But I knew it wasn't finished. And I was afraid that I was going to mess it up. And so I decided to do another thing that I'm really afraid of and practice my soprano recorder, which is my most scary instrument because the sound is really high, bright, and really hard to ignore. And when I play a mistake, when I play false, I know about it. And it's really for a perfectionist. It's really hard to know that I'm going to get it wrong, but also I want to get it right. And so in order to get it right and to have the pleasure of playing this little instrument, I have to get it wrong first. And so getting things wrong is actually part of my spiritual practice, allowing myself to be imperfect, to just know that it's that whatever comes out is good and okay. I have part of my teaching philosophy for 30 odd years with clients and students has been everything is perfect and happening exactly as it should, without exception. And so maybe the reason that was one of my foundational teachings for everything I shared was because it's really the thing that I most needed to learn about. And so being able to share that with other people and help them see it, each time I did that, I saw the possibility of it for myself. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't said that out loud for a long time. Everything is perfect and happening just as it should. Divine timing and all of that. And this is my time to practice being happy, to find joy, to be silly, to play, to learn how to play. I'm learning how to play, and art journaling is teaching me that. So this month I went into a contemplation of my fear of being still, and I went looking for rage and found joy instead. She lifted me up and allowed me to feel even more deeply the compassion waiting below the anger, which allowed the anger to be revealed actually as confusion, which in turn joy showed me was sadness, and then surrounded me with light so I could let the tears flow and creativity bloom.